What's up guys, welcome back to the vlog. So I played some crucial hands in the 2K high roller yesterday. Let me bring you up to speed and tell you what happened. Alright, at one point I was down to just 9 big blinds and I get ace-3 of hearts in the big blind. A very loose player opens up in the cutoff, Sylvain loose lead calls in the small blind. I have 9 big blinds in the big blind with ace-3 of hearts. Now I figured that the small blind is going to have a lot of king and queen highs and the opener is going to be very loose, so it's a good spot for me to get it in. I shove my ace-3, he instantly puts a stack in, forcing Sylvain out, and he only has 10-6 of spades and he's like, I'll gamble with you. So the flop comes ace-9-7, so a little bit of a sweat, but the board bricks out and I had a really nice double up back to 60k there. So then in the next level, 2000, 4000, 4000 ante, I get king-8 offsuit in the big blind. Now, I have 44,000, which is only 11 big blinds. Small blind goes all in. He's gonna do this with a lot of hands, even some lower suited trash or a hand like queen-9 offsuit. So king-8 is definitely a call, even though it's a 2k buy-in. I call for 11 big blinds, he has ace-3 offsuit, and I immediately flop the gin. I flop trip kings, turn is no help to my opponent, nice little ace on the river to spite him, and I double up to 100,000. Okay, so in the final key hand of the day was in the next level. It's 2000, 5000 with 5000 ante. Now, we're 20 spots away from the money. The money bubble is 3,500 euros, and this is a spot where you don't want to get your hands all in. However, I get ace king in a big blind. I have 13 big blinds. Under the gun opens, I go all in. Generally, you're really hoping from a call from ace queen or ace jack, and otherwise you're just hoping they fold, even though your hand is so strong. They called though, they had pocket sevens, the flop comes 10-5-3, no help, I have a backdoor flush draw, and the turn is the beautiful king to double me up to 140,000. And this really gave me the breathing room to grind out the rest of the bubble. We're now in the money, we are guaranteed 3,500 euros, the FPS high roller. There's about 134 people left. I have 131,000 chips, which is probably around 16 big blinds. We're gonna have to spin it up, but first place is 300k, so let's fucking go. Yeah, it doesn't show on the map. Is that way?
Yeah.
Is this the 2K? Nice. Time to check the app. God fucking damn it. 15. Hi. Do you know where 15 is? Oh, that? Okay. Maybe? Do you know where 15 is?
Yeah, I know where the 15 is. One table in front of the stage there.
Ah, okay. It's hidden. Alright, so as you saw, we just won a really nice hand with sixes, and now we finally have some breathing room. I feel like this whole tournament I've been on 10 or 15 big blinds. We have a little over 20 big blinds now. My stack is 250k. The blinds are 6,000, 12,000 with a 12,000 ante. I'm on the button and I see queens. What a great hand. The blinds don't have that many chips, so there's a good opportunity to get some chips in before the flop. I make it 25k, a little over 2 big blinds. Small blind is thinking and I see he's interested. He goes all in. The big blind doesn't waste a lot of time and is also all in. This is a great spot for me because I think the big blind is going to have a lot of pairs that are lower than mine, or he's going to have a hand like ace queen, ace jack or ace 10. I call. We're playing for a pot of 650,000. The small blind shows pocket eights. Great. The big blind, pocket kings. What a disaster. I'm going to have to pull a miracle again and hit a 2-outer. The board runs out blank though, pocket eights takes the whole thing, and that's the end of my tournament. Pretty salty, especially considering I just got my big stack. Too bad. I hate that. It's like all tournaments you're like playing like 12 big blinds and you're so mentally prepared that any hand can be the last one, and then all of a sudden you have that like you win 6 versus queens, you're like holy shit, that's so lucky, you know. You have that like thing of that twinge of hope, and then just fucking 3 hands later you just Just losing 800,000 pots. Holy fuck. Nice. Good luck. Thank you. Let's go. Alright, so I just busted 2k, which is fine. It takes 5 minutes, and then we're fine. And I can jump immediately in the main event, so that's nice. So we're gonna play the 5,000, I think it is, main event. And field looks pretty good. I'm super excited to play. And yeah, let's just try again. Alright, so we immediately jumped into the EPT main event. I just lost a little pot in a 3-bet situation where I 3-bet with a suited ace, the board ran out blank and I fired a big bullet and my opponent went all in. So we lost a few chips, but nothing to worry about. We still have over 70 big blinds, lots of room to play. It folds around to the button and they make a 700 in the 100-300 with a 300 ante-level. I'm in the big blind with 8-6 offsuit. Pretty standard call. The flop comes Queen 7-7. This is a really good board for me because I'm gonna have the most 7s out of anyone on the table. One thing I have to consider is that the button is also gonna have some 7s. But I still have the advantage. I check. The button bets 700. At this stage, I want to check raise bluffs that are gonna do well over multiple streets. I could pick a hand like a king high with a backdoor flush draw because I can hit a backdoor flush, or I have an overcard to the queens that are gonna call me. This hand though is very nice because I block some of the raising combos that contain a 7, as well as the fact that I can make some backdoor straight draws. I check raise at 2500. The button calls. The turn is a 4 of hearts. Pretty good for me because I pick up equity. Generally, Broadway cards are going to be better for the button player because they were the pre-flop raiser. Anything lower is going to be a little bit better for me. Obviously, I'm not going to make a pair of 4s a lot, but having a gut shot to the nut straight is really nice. Time to put some pressure to get rid of his floats. I bet 4800. He thinks for a while and he calls. Obviously at this point it's not great, but I can still represent a lot of strong hands and he still has a lot of weak queens in his range. The river is the ace of hearts. This is a great card for me. They're only gonna hit the ace when they call with a backdoor flush draw, but because the ace is the heart, that's not possible here. That means that I'll have more flushes, as they're not gonna call the flop with a hand like 8-6 of hearts or 6-5 of hearts, but it's definitely hands that I'm gonna be check raising. I go all in for close to pot. I really want to maximize my pressure on some floats, on queen high, maybe he has a hand like 10s or 9s still, because he knows that this is gonna be a board that I'm gonna show aggression on. It all doesn't matter though, he snap calls with queens, flops a boat, and that's the end of our first bullet. Disaster again, but I'm really happy I made this bluff. This is a very technical bluff spot and I think I use my range well. It's a spot that I would use online also, and I'm pretty proud that I execute this in the main event on the EPT as well.
Have you played?
I have played. I have played a day 2 and I've played a main event. And here we are.
Are you playing another main event?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
What are you doing there?
I don't know.
Being miserable? Moping?
No, I feel fine.
What happened?
I had 8-6 off in the big blinds. Flop is queen 7-7. I check raise. Turns a 4. I bet. River's an ace. Completes backdoor flush. I jam. He has queens.
It is queens.
Yeah.
It's a good hand to have these days.
Good hand. Figured, I don't know, I barrel this online sometimes.
Yeah.
Why not?
It's going to fold the river a lot, eh?
Yeah. I feel like the backdoor flush.
Queen jack, queen 10.
I think the backdoor flush.
I mean, even if he has ace queen, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter for him, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I think the river being in the ace of hearts, the backdoor flushes favor me as well.
Probably. Yeah, with the ace out, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I've kind of felt like I would barrel this off online sometimes as well, and
Just do it.
why not here?
Well, because now you're going to spend the rest of the day sitting in your hotel room.
Yeah. Well, that's the trap. But that's also what he thinks, right? If he has ace queen, I'm not going to spend the whole fucking day in my hotel room. I fold. And then he had queens, right? And then I did the one chip behind.
Yeah.
So I did it very smooth as well. I had a 100 chip on my cards. So I went for the recheck and I replaced it with a 500. Yes. Because then I didn't have to play the small blind. So then he was like, oh, I didn't see. And he was like, I didn't see. I was like, you're okay, buddy. I was like, you just won 150 big blind pots. Shut the fuck up. You
don't need the extra 500.
Yeah, don't worry. You'll sleep sound.
No spin.
No spin. Yeah.
Oh, we'll go again tomorrow. We're in the line.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Alright guys, that's it for me today. As you can see, they put me where I belong, in the warehouse, the timeout corner. My bluff didn't work. I had a pretty fun day though. We had a deep run in the 2K FPS, which was a lot of fun. Then in the main event, I think I played my bluff well. And don't you worry, we get to try another time tomorrow. I'm gonna fire my second bullet in day 1B of the 5K main event. If you don't want to miss anything, make sure you subscribe. We're updating this real time. The event's going on as we speak, so make sure you press notifications so you stay up to date. Thank you very much.